And I am back. Yes, I am back from my vacation, and I am here with a review of John Wick Chapter 4. This is obviously the fourth movie in the franchise, and where are they? I've got all three prior releases on Blu-ray. I'm a pretty big fan of the John Wick movies. I feel like, I don't know, you kind of, if you're even a little bit into action movies, if you like action movies, if you like dumber but still highly entertaining stuff, you have to like the John Wick movies. It's kind of odd to me whenever somebody comes up to me and says, "Oh, I don't know, I'm not a really big fan of the John Wick movies." I feel like that's a really film bro thing to think. Like, I think that's I don't know, like the ultimate film bro test to me is, "Hey, what do you think of the John Wick movies?" But anyway, they've definitely gotten progressively dumber and progressively upping the scale with each film, and I think they're better off for that. The first one is pretty good. I'm not, honestly, after just saying it, I'm not the biggest fan of the first one, but it's still fun. And then I think 2 is the best one. I don't really remember 3 all that well. But they are extremely fun, like assassin movies. They usually revolve around the same plot. They revolve around the same crap happening. And with this movie, it is John Wick's kind of final hurrah. This is his do or die. This is either I die or I fully get out for real. This is, his last hurrah. So, with that being said, the critical and kind of, I don't know about commercial, but the audience reception of this movie has been overwhelmingly positive, and I mean way more than the other 2 sequels have even come close to getting. Like, I think it's sitting at a 4.2 average rating on Letterboxd, which is fucking insane. And I don't know, this movie, so many people are enjoying it. So many people are saying, like, this is the best one. And I went into this movie a little bit skeptical, kind of, not expecting too much outside of the norm. But I was really pleasantly surprised with what we got with John Wick 4. This was such a fun movie and so reinvigorating and so entertaining from top to bottom. I mean, this movie is just everything you could want out of a John Wick movie. My issues with it, I'm going to go with that first. One, Bill Skarsgård, for a really good actor who could have definitely elevated that character and made him less of the stereotypical kind of aristocratic villain. He really didn't. I think the French accent didn't work for me at all, and his performance came off as really wooden and kind of stale, and really probably easily his worst performance to date. I think this is definitely his worst major performance that we've gotten so far from him. It wasn't downright terrible, but it was easily the worst I've ever seen him act. It was kind of odd. And then you have the pacing a little bit. This movie drags, for sure. It definitely, in places, can be a little too slow. You kind of want them to cut to the point a little bit more. There's some shots that go on for way too long. That's mainly like an editing error. I think a lot of this movie could have been cut down a little bit, and there's definitely moments where they should have cut the shot and done something else. So there are moments like that are not great, and a little too hammy, a little too, I don't know, they're not like excruciating to get through, but they definitely bog down the movie quite a bit. That's not really why you watch John Wick, though. It's the action sequences. It's him kicking the shit out of literally everybody he fights. And I think this movie pulls it off the best. I think the action sequences and choreography, that's the word, in this film is unmatched. I think it is some of the most entertaining and well thought out and almost like beautiful choreography to ever be put to film, because it is truly a work of art how ridiculously fun this movie is and how almost comically violent it is. I mean, this movie, it's basically just a video game. As I was saying, the movie is practically a video game at this point, with the complexity of the violence, the level of it, the body count of this movie. It is insane and is absolutely entertaining to watch. Yes, John Wick should have died like 8 times in this movie, but I don't know. This it was exhilarating. The cinematography was great. The choreography was great. I thought the performances were all very well rounded. I thought that it was a good concluding story. I feel that this movie is the best that the John Wick series has to offer, and is the best that this kind of movie can be. So I'm going to give John Wick Chapter 4 a really strong B+. I really enjoyed this movie. Tomorrow I'm going to be seeing the new Shazam, so stay tuned for that review, and I will see you guys later.